Following continued social pressure from Native American organisations and even groups of their own fans calling for a change, Exeter Chiefs Rugby Club announced on the 27th of January 2022 that they will be dropping their Native American branding. What will stay at Sandy Park is the nickname Chiefs. Dating back to before the First World War, Exeter Rugby Club and other teams around the West Country were using the name Chiefs for their first teams. The new logo looks to the historical past of Devon, and it is an Iron Age warrior based on the original Celtic Dumnonii tribe who settled in Exeter. The change will take place from the start of the upcoming Gallagher Premiership season, and I wanted to hear firsthand what the Exeter Chiefs fans thought about this change.
I definitely thought it was a good move to change the logo for myself in a branding kind of perspective, because obviously we did struggle to get a sponsorship through that earlier on in the season.
A little bit unhappy that it's come to this, but obviously we won't be wearing it next season. Not all that keen on the new logo. I'll say that I was unhappy that they caved in so quick.
I think it's much better. As Adam says, though, it's much better for branding. You've got more support behind you with the change. Where I think, like with the old logo, you kind of lost that with everything that's going on socially. So I think, yeah, it was a good choice.
So yeah, thoughts on the new logo. To be honest, I thought there wasn't an issue with the old logo. I don't really think it was racist in any way. Anything like that. I think if anything, we were showing it in a good light rather than a bad light, so I don't think there was a need for a new logo.
I think the new logo's pretty good actually. I've got the opinion that it's quite nice that it comes from the sort of history of Exeter, which is really good. And yeah, I like the look of it. It looks a bit like Jack Knoll, which is quite good as well. So yeah, overall I quite like it. Yeah.
I think it's made much difference in terms of like the racist connotations behind it. It's still a male figure. You could argue that that's still racist, being a masculine figure with like a rugby team that has a women's team and a men's team.
Like also, I think the fact we've gone from like a chief to what is it now, a Saxon or something like that.
I don't even know.
What happens now if someone that has a relative that was a Saxon now kicks off and goes, we think that's racist, so we would just change again.
It's still a cult figure. So.
And also, you've got clubs in the Prem like Bath Rugby. They're just Bath Rugby. So why couldn't we just be Exeter Rugby?
So it's clear to see that the Exeter Chiefs fans have a mixed reaction to the logo. Yet on social media, the negative opinions seem to outweigh those in support of the change. Comments like these on the Exeter Chiefs fans Facebook group highlight how there is still support for Native American imagery to remain at the club. Yet some fans are more enthusiastic to wear the Celtic chief than others.
I'll probably buy the new stuff, yeah, but I'll also keep the old stuff as a bit of history, and yeah, remembering the old logo as well as the new one.
Yeah, so I actually said that I was going to actively go and buy loads of old Chiefs gear and just wear it for the rest. I'm not a racist in any way like that. I wear it with pride almost. Like it's a team I support, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But yeah,
I think for me it's expensive, so I've paid money for merch now. So I'm probably not going to buy another one until it's old and.
Won't buy any more merchandise. I mean, obviously you must see that there's not many people wearing headdresses, so obviously I'm in a minority. I really can't speak for other fans really.
I mean, I think like many people, if you're kind of brought up with a particular logo, you have a kind of, what's the word? You feel a bit of sort of loyalty to it. So I do prefer the old logo, but that's probably just because of the amount of time we spent with it. We'll get used to the new logo, and gradually it'll take over. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
It is clear that the Exeter Chiefs fans will associate the Native American logo as a time of success at Sandy Park. 2 Premiership titles and a Heineken Champions Cup marks monumental achievements for the club. This article from the rugby paper in 2015 includes quotes from the designer of the Exeter Chiefs Native American logo, Ray Neighbour. Ray believed that the headdress branding helped the club become a mainstay in the Premiership, and that this quote, name change silliness needed to end. Ray Neighbour refused to comment on the logo change. However, his son Tim discussed his father's feelings towards the removal of the Native American logo which he designed.
He just doesn't want to be part of that anymore. He wants, like I said, he wants to move on from it. I think it's just the story's been going on for some time. Yes, of course, it would have hurt him. Well, he's still not happy with it. If I'm being honest about it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I have asked him for you, had a chat, and I was just a bit disappointed that he didn't want to sort of cooperate. I was quite surprised, if I'm honest, Tom. But yeah, it's just a very sad thing that it's had to change for something so silly, really, if I'm being honest. But yeah.
With this new logo celebrating Exeter's past, the Chiefs can look to the future with ambitions of success under a banner which unites the people that it represents.